Hello. After scenes of devastating flooding earlier in the week from parts of Italy and France, our concern will transfer to the Balkans for Wednesday, where this developing weather system, which will also bring some further rain into the south of France first thing on Wednesday and across the Alpine region, will then extend across the Balkans, producing a lot of rain in a short space of time. Ahead of that, to the east, well, temperatures still above average for Greece, for Turkey and Romania on Wednesday as we continue with some fine weather, 26 degrees there in Bucharest. As the rain comes down though, so will the temperatures across the Balkans and generally on the cooler side across the northwest of Europe for the next few days. Some warmth and sunshine though for Iberia and the Balearics on Wednesday. And if anything, perhaps settling down a little across Central Europe on Thursday. The area of low pressure pushes further eastwards and that will result in a drop in temperatures. For example, in Bucharest, just 19 with the wet weather on Thursday. To the northwest, it looks very unsettled throughout the remainder of the week and on into the weekend, with spells of wet and windy weather to come, pushing all the way across into Scandinavia. It looks unsettled for the UK and at least the northern half of France. There's the possibility of the unsettled weather extending further south. As you can see, cooler for Sofia and Bucharest with that rain around. Hello, here we go with our forecast update for North America. But I'm starting by looking way south, way south, in fact, just to the south of Jamaica, because here an area of low pressure has developed rapidly and is now a hurricane, Hurricane Delta, that at the moment looks forecast to swing its way north, possibly following a similar track to this arc of showers you can see on Tuesday, but the pattern will be for the end of the week when we could well see that hurricane pushing its way into Louisiana and across the southern Mississippi. The detail will become clearer as we get nearer to the time. As we head further north towards western Canada, still a lot of mild air around here for the coming days. Cloud gathering though along the length of the Pacific coast will mean coastal regions of California, for example, will be cooler than they have been recently, but generally for much of the western side of the states and for Canada, temperatures will remain above average in the coming days. But you can see the effect that cloud has on San Francisco and Los Angeles. A lot of the heat from the west also making its way eastwards as this week moves on. You can see the southwesterly winds here picking up behind me. That's going to take some of that heat across into parts of the Midwest, eventually into the southeast. We've got a lot of very stalled showers though across southeastern regions of the US at the moment. It's been particularly wet in southernmost Florida. It does look like we should see some improvement here though in the next few days. Hello, we're looking at temperature records potentially tumbling once again for parts of Paraguay and the interior of southern Brazil in the next few days. There's a lot of warm air locked in place here at the moment thanks to a big area of high pressure. High pressure also offers up clear skies and the sun just helps to drive the temperatures up further. The heat also extends into Bolivia too. In contrast to the south of the continent, it's unseasonably cold at the moment. Further north, some plentiful showers extending out of Costa Rica through Panama into Colombia for Tuesday. Looking at a lot of dry weather for Brazil. And as I said, it's the heat that's the major talking point. Temperatures to the south through the interior could get up to 40 degrees Tuesday and Wednesday. Less in the way of cloud for the River Plate region, allows some brightness for Buenos Aires on Tuesday. And I think we'll continue with increasing amounts of sunshine here for the next couple of days. Some showers possible on Friday. Still stubbornly dry across northern Chile. More sunshine for Santiago in the coming days. It's all about Hurricane Delta as we head further north. It developed to the south of Jamaica. There's the threat of some very heavy rain and a risk of flooding here for the Cayman Islands, for parts of Cuba and the Yucatan Peninsula in the next few days. There will also be a significant storm surge and that system looks like it will make major hurricane strength in the next 24 hours. So a risk of damaging winds too. Hello, it's the turn of the African continent and the Middle East for our catch-up on the world weather. We're anticipating some heavier rainfall extending from Guinea across to Senegal in the next 24 hours or so, stretching into southern Chad and affecting parts of Gabon too. There could be some localised flooding here. Still a chance of some heavier rain as well to the north of South Africa, pushing into southern Botswana. To the south, a little bit of gathering cloud around the Western Cape, but Cape Town should see some sunshine on Wednesday. To the north of the continent, plenty of dry and fine weather. And in terms of our outlook, well, a little bit of cloud getting into Cape Town, just cooling things off in the shorter term, but more sunshine come the weekend. Further showers for Lagos. Elsewhere, a lot of dry weather with sunshine for Algiers and Casablanca. And as we head across towards the Middle East, unsurprisingly, barely a cloud in the sky. Light winds as well, so we're not anticipating any significant issues with blowing dust or sand. Some showers to the north of Iran, digging down into the Caspian Sea. I think we will see a few for Tehran. Generally, though, a very quiet story across the Middle East, and there's little change in that outlook in the coming days either. Our temperatures will sit around where they should be for this time of year, in the low to mid 30s Celsius. Hello. We're still seeing a lot of wet weather to the north of the Bay of Bengal at the moment. An area of low pressure has been particularly persistent here in recent days, and there's a risk of further rainfall for southern parts of Bangladesh and the northeast of India. The presence of this low as well is stalling the retreat of the monsoon from the northwest of India now. Things potentially easing up a little in terms of the rainfall as we go later on into this week, but there is a risk through the weekend and the early part of next week of another pulse of heavier rain arriving from the east. Heading further north towards Kazakhstan, a very marked cold front sinking its way in from the north will plunge the temperatures down to just 5 degrees in Nur-Sultan on Wednesday. A lot of cloud around, some patchy rain or drizzle. Further south, and we still have some warmth for Islamabad and Delhi. In fact, temperatures a couple of degrees above average for the time of year. Some showers to the south of India across Kankan and Goa. We could see a few for Sri Lanka, but the heaviest of the rain once again for the likes of Arunachal Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, and through perhaps into southern Nepal as well on Wednesday. As I said, though, it does look like things will ease up a little in this region towards the end of the week before some heavier rain arrives from the east later on in the weekend and for the start of next week. Nur-Sultan stuck with that cold air for the coming days. Some chilly nights as well, milder from Sunday. Hello. There's the potential for some exceptionally heavy rainfall to push towards Laos, Cambodia and Vietnam in the coming days as we see this area of showers showing some signs of development into a tropical low. We already have Chanhom sitting to the south of Japan. This system looks like it will reach typhoon strength on Wednesday, feeding strong winds and heavy rain towards the Okinawa Islands and into southern Kyushu. China has a big area of high pressure sitting in place at the moment. Here it's comparatively quieter, quite a bit of cloud trapped under that high for some in the east, however, and some quite cold air coming in on the northwesterly airstream too. There's a look at those showers clumping together, stretching all the way into Thailand and Myanmar as well. Plenty of sunshine in our outlook though for Seoul, Beijing looking pretty bright as well. And we should see more sunshine for Hong Kong too. This frontal system for Australia is a real dividing line between colder air in the west and warmer air pulling its way south in the east. It will also manifest some heavy rain across parts of South Australia and Victoria on Wednesday, a risk of some flooding to the south of the Northern Territory. From midweek onwards, we're looking at low pressure approaching the South Island of New Zealand, some wetter and windier weather on the cards here, and also some colder conditions set to push across the South Island through the latter part of this week.